On today's Town Hall agenda, we have shoutouts, important upcoming dates and reminders, including information about the Blended Learning Opt-in window and Saturday Academy. And we have a social-emotional learning lesson with Miss Oliveri. Stay tuned. Shout out. Shout out to the students who are working on the Legacy Project with Miss Mapp and Miss Tramontano. Shout out to Mr. Eisenberg for supporting families with our tech support needs. Shout out to Miss Bourne, actually. Shout out to Miss Bourne because she supported you, but Miss Bourne also wants to shout out the 8th grade portfolio prep students for all of their hard work and dedication in developing their high school audition portfolios. Congratulations on submitting your portfolios, and thank you, Miss Bourne. Shout out to Nazib Amin in class 702 for having his artwork accepted into the Brooklyn Borough Arts Festival. That's amazing. Congratulations, Nazib. And we'd like to wish a very happy birthday this and next week to Fawaz Akindele, Aiden Chandler, Sakina Dixon Wins, Jaden Edwards, Deshaun Henry Mosen, Shania Jones, Devontae King, Joseph Legier, Lowen Lewis, Elijah Moore, Ishmael Nixon, Benjamin Richard, Dylan Ridgway, Miss Goldman, Miss Lynch, Miss Odom, and Mr. Ross. Happy birthday, everyone. And here are some important upcoming dates that you should be aware of. Every Friday, 5th period, we have our BC No One Eats Alone lunch. You can join that meet via the grade-wide Google Classroom, and then from that link, you will get there and we play games, we have fun, we make jokes, we tell stories. All right, it's a good time just to connect with people, so please join us 5th period. That's at 11:50 this afternoon. The Blended Learning Opt-in window opened March 24th and closes April 7th. More on that in a moment. Spring recess is running next week, Monday through Friday, March 29th through April 2nd. There will be no live or asynchronous instruction next week, although you can complete work that you're missing if you have it. We return back to our regular programming April 5th. That's regular programming. If you are currently fully remote, you stay fully remote. On April 5th, you should be reporting to your classes via those live meets and Zooms, and students that are in-person learning should report back to the building on April 5th. The third and final District 18 interim assessment math test is happening on Tuesday, April 14th. We will have an alternate schedule where students take that test periods 1 through 3 with math teachers. So please make sure you keep that date in mind and you are prepared for that assessment. And lastly, state assessment season is starting mid-April. We will have more information on that probably when we return from the break. For students who are currently in a fully remote program, and the DOE has opened the Blended Learning Opt-in survey for fully remote students to return to in-person instruction. So, students and parents and guardians, if you would like your child, or students if you would like to return to the building, a parent or guardian needs to fill that survey out. You can find the link for that survey on the DOE's website, on our website, and also I've emailed it out to everyone who is fully remote via email, and also it's been sent via PupilPath and Remind. So please make sure you complete that survey. That survey will close on April 7th, and after that point, we do not anticipate you will have another opportunity to opt back into instruction this school year. All right, so you're looking at September if you are fully remote. Okay, we do not know when students who do opt back in will return to in-person instruction. It will not happen on April 8th. Okay, so please do not come to the building the day after. If you opt back in and you complete that survey, we will be in touch with next steps and information for you before you come back. Students who are remaining in a fully remote program and students that are currently enrolled in blended learning in-person instruction, you do not need to complete the survey. This is only for people that want to switch from the fully remote program back into the in-person program. If you are coming back into the building, okay, parents or guardians must complete that survey. I didn't finish that sentence. Students must have a COVID-19 weekly testing consent on file. Okay, that's the consent that's saying that you are allowed to take this COVID test in the building. We test 20% of our staff and students every single week. All right, so you won't be guaranteed to be tested every week, but you might be tested multiple weeks in a row. It depends on the number of people in the building, and there's a random selection that's sent to us by the DOE. Parents and guardians must fill this out either via Operu, or you can do it online using the My Student NYC Schools account. It's very straightforward. If you can't find that information, you can email me, or if you need assistance with Operu, you can ask Ms. Petrata in the main office. But that consent must be on file by the first day, otherwise you will not be allowed to come back into blended learning, even if you've completed the survey. Okay, you will be moved to fully remote for the rest of the year, so please make sure that consent is on file. Students who are enrolled in blended learning must also attend school in person, Monday through Thursday. We have a 4-day in-person school week at this point in the year, and so it is really important that everyone who is coming to the building actually come to the building, because if you are an in-person student, you do not have regular meets or Zoom meetings set up with your teachers, so you are missing a lot of instruction if you are home. Okay, it's like being absent for the whole day. You can't report from home and say that you're present. Okay, so please make sure that you are coming to the building. If you are consistently absent from in-person instruction, you will be moved to a fully remote program. Students who are either enrolled in Saturday Academy or interested in enrolling in Saturday Academy, there is no Saturday Academy this week or next week due to the spring recess. It will resume on April 10th. If you have questions about Saturday Academy, you can always send an email, but the way it works is that parents can fill out the permission slip via Operu, and then that link for Saturday Academy is posted in the grade-wide and the physical education Google Classroom every Saturday. All right, so you go to that link, you click on it, you join the Zoom, and you will be put in a breakout room where you can work in a small group or one-on-one with the teacher. So please make sure, if you are interested in joining Saturday Academy, that that permission slip is filled out and that you attend. It's from 9 to 11 on Saturdays via Zoom. Or if you are currently enrolled in Saturday Academy, just be reminded that we will resume on April 10th. And now, without further ado, I present to you with Miss Oliveri.
Hi guys, it's Miss Oliveri here, coming to you with all the things about Social Emotional Learning Week. So why is it? What do we need to learn it? And that's what I'm here for. We're going to be teaching you. And then this Friday on our lunch, we are going to play some fun Jeopardy, all about social emotional learning and what is it, okay? So I'm going to try to be as quick and easy as possible and get you learning on social emotional. So what is it and why do we need to learn it? Okay? So let's start with hello. Let's think about when you walk into the doors of BC and you see our staff coming saying good morning, good afternoon, hey guys, love your outfit, I love your hair, looking so great. Let's think about how that makes us feel when someone says good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So for me, it makes me feel really good. It makes me feel like somebody cares, someone's in a good mood. And when someone cares and they are in a good mood, it makes me feel good and puts me in a good mood, right? And they want me to have a great day, right? So I'm going to do just that. So some ways we say hello is hi, how you doing? Howdy, howdy ho. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, different ways, right? So we're just going to watch a quick video of all the different languages we know to say hello in.
Quiero una cerveza, por favor, which means I want to have a beer.
Hallo.
Salve.
Merhaba.
Здравствуйте. Bonjour.
Hola.
Cześć.
Hola.
Shalom. Hey. That means hello. Thanks for watching. Tschüss.
Okay, so hello from all different languages. Well, some of the different languages. Okay, my presenter. Okay, so let's get back to what social emotional learning is, Why is it important? So let's keep it moving.
Quiero una cerveza.
Okay. So social emotional learning is the process of developing the self-awareness, self-control, and interpersonal skills that are vital for school, work, and life success. People with strong social and emotional skills are better able to cope with everyday challenges and benefit academic, socially, and professionally. Okay, sorry. So let's watch a quick video on what that seems like.
Social and emotional skills are the essential skills for success in school, work, and life.
Social emotional learning centers their mind and body. It reduces their emotional tension so they can be open to new content and material. We find that academic outcomes increase exponentially when students are nurtured, loved, and cared for, that we get much more out of them when we first address social emotional needs. So for us, it's actually an academic intervention and not just an emotional one.
If we expect students to be college and career ready, it's important for us to focus on these skills and competencies: self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, relationship skills, and responsible decision-making. Self-awareness is the ability to identify your emotions, to be able to tie thoughts and feelings to behaviors.
We find that self-awareness is one of the hardest things for young people, being aware of their own body space and the impact of their words and emotions on other people. So a lot of the work we do is reflective, through conflict mediation, through circles, through journaling, having them see their own impact on the world and then how to shift that or make a different choice next time.
Self-management is the ability to self-motivate, to have self-control, to regulate one's emotions.
In the classroom, that may be a breathing exercise, or that might be counting 5 or taking a break.
So with students who don't really know how to deal with their anger or don't really know how to resolve conflict, we're giving them a tool that helps them deal with it in a less stressful way.
Social awareness is about embracing diversity, showing empathy for others. Activities might include service learning projects, addressing social justice issues. Role-playing is a great opportunity for students to address how a person might have felt in a conflict on the playground.
We're going to see if other people have had some of the very same experiences around bullying that we've had.
You're in my boat if you have a bully now.
Wow, I see a lot of people.
Relationship skills are important in project-based learning. It's the ability to work cooperatively with someone, to resolve conflict.
It's the one skill you need your whole life. You may not need calculus tomorrow, but you have to know how to work in relationship, whether it's for a coworker or a life partner. You have to know how to handle conflict and how to handle challenges.
Sometimes at recess, Marnie would come over and just start talking about us and saying mean things.
Is it your job to make Danae's job at school hard?
No, I know it's a form of bullying, and sometimes I'll say sorry to her.
So you choose to be someone's ally and make a better choice.
Responsible decision-making is considering the well-being for self and others. It's evaluating the consequences for various behaviors or actions. We do this through shared agreements, one-to-one problem solving, or having students debate an issue.
If you were like, hey, Kashida, how much does an A cost in this class? And you took out your wallet and, and I was like, I think $50 would work. Which one of us would be corrupt in that case?
You're the one that's asking for the money?
We're truly teaching these students to be productive citizens. We're teaching them life skills. We're teaching them how to problem solve effectively. We're teaching them how to be resilient.
I think of all the billions of dollars we've spent on Title I and all these intervention programs, and when all is said and done, what do we have to show for it? I think we're trying to teach technical things instead of devoting some of the resources to teach who you are as a person. Once you know who you are, then learning becomes exciting because you've already established a discipline.
Okay, we're going to stop that there. What we're going to do is move on and talk a little bit more in person of what that is for us. So there's 5 aspects of social and emotional learning, right? At the core is your social and emotional, followed by then self-awareness, self-management, responsible decision-making, relationship skills, and social awareness, okay? And we're going to talk about how that's impacted in your classroom, followed by your school, and then followed into your home and your community, how you're going to expand that learning, right? And what we're going to do to help you support, and follow through. So what we're going to go into is the social awareness. Social awareness. There is a video, okay? I'm not gonna where you can watch the videos on your own,
Students are better
but
able
what
to
I wanted
navigate
to
the
do
world if they can understand the perspectives of others. They will build better relationships.
is talk about that with you. I apologize, okay? I'm gonna share this tab with you instead. So at the core, we know we have social and emotional learning. Let's talk about what self-awareness is. Self-awareness is the ability to understand your own self, right? What you're thinking, what you're feeling, what you believe in as a person, and how that influences your behavior, right? So what that means is knowing your personal and your social identity, knowing who you are as a person with your culture and your language, right? Identifying your own emotions. That's the I am statements. I am mad. I am sad, right? Just knowing who you are by being truthful and integrity. Integrity is basically something like your self-worth and who you are as a person, right? And how that links to how you feel and how others feels, what you values, what you believes, what your thoughts on, just things in everyday life. And then examining your own prejudicenesses and biases. For example, like stereotyping, that's considered a prejudices. And what your thoughts about that is on stereotyping. Having a growth mindset, changing those I can't statements to I'm going to try and I'm going to try my hardest, right? That's what a growth mindset is, right? And just seeing who you are as a person, maybe finding an interest in some community work or just areas of what you're interested in, right? Finding your own sense of person and who you are as a person. We're going to move on to self-management, right? So self-management is a little bit different from self-awareness. They might sound similar and it's easy maybe to get them confused, but self-management is a little bit more on how we manage ourselves. So self-awareness is who we are and what our values and beliefs are. And self-management is how we regulate those emotions, right? And how we represent ourselves in an everyday society. So what it says in orange, the abilities to manage one's emotions, thoughts, and behaviors effectively in different situations. So basically, let's just say something happens in classroom that maybe you don't agree with a friend of yours. Are you going to throw your hands up and storm out of the classroom and wave your hands like a mad person? Or are you going to handle that situation in an effective, responsible way, right? How you regulate and manage your emotions. How you also identify and cope with stress. Many of you, as you know, I like to teach mindfulness, And meditation, that might be one way people regulate. Some people regulate their emotions by screaming into a pillow, right? Those are all different ways, effective ways of managing your stress and your emotions. And then there's also about the way we exhibit self-discipline and self-motivation, right? Our inner goals, our thoughts that, you know what, this is hard, but I'm going to continue. That goes back to a little bit of that growth mindset, right? Being positive. Setting goals for yourself, and planning and organizing your skills in order to achieve that goal. A lot of what we teach you in town halls and circles, all that stuff is preparing you in these 5 identities. Showing the courage to take initiative. You know what? I'm worried too, but no one else wants to go. So I'm going to raise my hand and I'm going to try to answer the question correctly. That's what self-management is. We're going to move on to responsible decision-making. Responsible decision-making is the ability to care and construct choices about personal behavior and social interactions across diverse situations. So, in a conversation, having an open mind, listening to someone else's values, beliefs, and thoughts pertaining to a certain situation, being interested in what different thoughts are, and having an open mind on when you're communicating with people. And that transpires into how to make a reasonable judgment after analyzing maybe what someone has said to you, whether you agree or disagree, and having that effective communication. Okay? Identifying solutions for personal and social problems. So let's just say, for example, if something happens to you, get into a disagreement with your friend, right? What's a possible solution that you can have in order to not have an explosive reaction, right? Having a responsible decision made, whether you agree or disagree with someone. Anticipating and evaluating the consequences of your actions or someone else's actions, like an ABC chart. Your actions lead to a behavior and then lead to consequences. And that consequence can either be a positive consequence or a negative consequence. But knowing that every action and behavior eventually leads to a consequence, and that thinking ahead is where that responsible decision-making aspect falls into. Okay? Reflecting on one's role to promote personal, family, and community well-being. Everyone has a role in everything. In your community, cleaning up after yourself, maybe keeping your home and your community tidy. That's a role in your society, in your classroom, keeping that tidy and clean, all that. And those are responsible decisions that we make, and that falls into that as well. Okay? So, let's see. The next one would be relationship skills. Okay? So, your relationship skills basically falls under the umbrella of the ability to establish and maintain healthy and supportive relationships and how to effectively navigate settings with diverse individuals and groups. So, learning how to speak effectively to get what your point is across to someone else, right? Knowing how to communicate with someone, but also know what the other person is going to say and having that conversation flow effectively. Developing a positive relationship. Understanding that cultures are different from what your culture is, right? And knowing that that's okay. Different people have different cultures, respecting each other's differences. Practicing teamwork and problem solving. Resolving conflicts constructively. Resisting negative social pressure. Somebody wants you to do something and you just don't want to do it. That's okay. Knowing to say no is definitely a skill that we practice in school and in every day. showing your leadership abilities in school and in various groups, even in your own friendship circles, seeking or offering support when needed, and standing up for the rights of others. So being an ally for someone who's being bullied, that is standing up for someone else's rights. So all of those different areas are a part of social emotional learning, right? And then we transpire into the classroom. So thinking about even a character in a book on how they may have felt. And then the larger picture would be how did that transpire into a school, and then taking it home and applying it into your everyday life with your families and into your community. And that all together is social and emotional learning. So what is it? I just explained to you. And why do we need it? Well, boys and girls, we need social and emotional learning because we want to have you guys develop into positive and amazingly great citizens in your community that are helpful, respectful, engaging, culturally aware, that know how to respect each other's decisions, even if you do or you don't agree with someone. And that is why this is a very important lesson for you to try to absorb as much as you can. If you can always go back and look into the slides and videos for a little bit more of a thorough understanding, or to go back and listen to the different parts of the social and emotional learning aspects, like the responsible decision making, self-awareness, self-management, relationship skills, all those. There's little videos under each of those slides that can tell you a little bit more about what they are and give you different examples. Okay? So, with that being said, I want you to think of what we discussed and how you are currently applying that, and get ready for some fun Friday Jeopardy during our No One Eats Alone for lunch on Friday. And come and join us with all the things that you have absorbed from this presentation. Okay? Okay, my friends, it was good talking to you, and I will see you on Friday. Bye.
And thank you to Ms. Oliveri for putting together our SEL lesson today. Please remember that if you are a fully remote student and want to opt back in for in-person instruction, you must have a parent or guardian fill out that survey online. That survey can be found on the DOE's website, our website, and we've also sent it out via PupilPath and email. Students who are coming back into the building who have been remote, you must have a weekly COVID-19 testing consent form on file by the first day you come back, or you will remain fully remote. Additionally, if you are currently in in-person learning or you are opting back into in-person learning, you must be attending school in person Monday through Thursday. It is not an option to stay home some days. You must be in person. Otherwise, you will be moved to a fully remote program for the remainder of the year. And that survey window closes April 7th, so please take care of that sooner rather than later. And we don't have a date for when students who are currently fully remote and coming back into the building or planning on coming back in the building, we don't have a date for when you are actually returning to the building, but that survey does close by April 7th, so please complete that as soon as possible. We will let you know as soon as we have more information on when the DOE is going to have us make that switch. Additionally, we invite everyone to join us for our 5th period No One Eats Alone lunch that we have every Friday, 5th period. That Meet link is posted in your grade-wide Google Classroom, so you can find that in the class of 2021, 2022, or 2023 Google Classroom. If you don't know what I'm talking about with that Google Classroom, please send me an email because you're missing important information. There's a couple of you that have dropped off, so please make sure that you are accepting the invitation to join it if it's there, or that you let me know if you don't see it. And that's it for our town hall video today. I hope everyone has a happy, restful, and safe spring recess. We will see you all, whether you are in person or online, on April 5th. And happy holidays to those of you who are celebrating Passover and Easter. Be well.